Very busy week. As I sit at my computer checking the news wires, my assistant Katie Ricaldi hands me the list of the affiliates I'll be talking with and the precise times they will come to me in the studio. The same studio we use for Special Report every night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. WTXF Philadelphia with Mike Jarek and Chanel Jones at 7:30 a.m. WTVT Tampa with Russell Rhodes at 7:35 a.m. WAGA Atlanta with Gurveer Dinza at 7:40 a.m., followed by live hits spaced out every 5 minutes with Dave Froelich at KTBC in Austin, John Brown at WOFL in Orlando, Greg Kelly and Rosanna Scotto at WNYW in New York City, Tom Butler at KMSP in Minneapolis, Tony McEwing at KTTV in Los Angeles, Allison Seymour at WTTG in Washington, D.C., Anquinette Q. Jameson at WJBK in Detroit, Ernie Freeman at WHBQ in Memphis, Shannon Miller at WFXT in Boston, Tim Ryan and Lauren Priesbiel at KDFW in Dallas, Natalie Baumke at WFLD in Chicago, and wrapping up with Jose Grenin at KRIV in Houston at 9:20. Drop in a few live segments with Fox and Friends and Happening Now on Fox News Channel, and a couple of radio hits with WLS in Chicago and Kilmeade and Friends, and my first day back following the break is proving to be extremely hectic, just the way I like it. After I finish up with the studio interviews, I walk through the newsroom, and morning assignment desk coordinator Pat Summers greets me with a robust, "Happy anniversary." It's hard for me to believe, but today is the 5th anniversary of the day I started anchoring Special Report. Given the job when my friend and mentor Britt Hume stepped down from the anchor chair in January 2009, I'm sure some critics were standing by with egg timers to see how long I would last, especially filling the shoes of a broadcast legend like Britt. But 1,305 shows later, I'm still here. Needless to say, anchoring Special Report the past 5 years has been the high point of my professional life. By all measurements, the program is doing great. Consistently one of the top 4 most watched news shows in all of cable, #1 in its time slot, and picking up new viewers all the time. As exciting and interesting as anchoring Special Report is, the daily challenge for me is that my world is dictated by the clock, and that unforgiving second hand as it marches toward the moment right before showtime when my stage manager, Mary Pat Dennert, holds up her hand and counts out 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. When Mary Pat gets to 5, everything in the studio, including Mary Pat, goes silent as she performs the rest of the count using only her fingers. A few minutes before we go on air each night, I often catch myself glancing up at the clock I've been battling with all day as I try to regain a little non-TV world perspective. I count the many blessings in my life, my beautiful and loving wife Amy, and my 2 wonderful sons, Paul and Daniel, who fill our lives with so much joy. Whether it's a father-son golf lesson that morphs into a sandcastle-making class in the practice bunker, or all 3 fully costumed bear boys, me and the other 2, spending a Saturday bouncing around the house playing Batman and Robin, network news anchor or not, it does not get any better than that. As the final seconds tick down tonight, I'm reminded that it wasn't too long ago when the clock on the wall had an entirely different meaning for me. Instead of counting down to host a television show or signaling me that it was time to race to the White House lawn to do a live shot, one day that second hand came to a screeching halt. It was June 30th, 2007, the day I was confronted with the sobering reality that I was not in control of anything. Throughout my career in journalism, I always felt as if I could out-hustle the next guy and get to the bottom of whatever story I was assigned. I could always dig down, work hard, and tackle the challenge before me. I always prided myself on being able to put my nose to the grindstone, work the problem, achieve the goal, make it happen, all on deadline. But not this time. I quickly learned that if I was going to be of any help to my family in its greatest moment of need,